Hi everyone, it's Lianne here, mentor for conscious business, social entrepreneurs, and change leaders. Here I am today out in beautiful spring, out in my backyard where there's a running brook behind me. In the middle of summer, this is completely dried up, so it's kind of a different energy. So as you join in, I just welcome you. Thanks, Christine, for joining in, and just want to take a couple of minutes today to talk about the energy of spring and how we can really almost surf that energy of spring to bring a new life for ourselves. So as we start, think about how we change seasons. We're coming out of a season of kind of very stillness, quiet, an opportunity we've talked about before to go inside and to kind of understand what we need in our lives and how we want to change that. And now as things are starting to percolate, as the water's melting, as you can hear behind, and the buds are starting to come out, it's an opportunity for us to feel that same energy within us, and to look at our work and our careers and see where we might want to realign. So, for example, we may feel that our career, our work is getting very heavy, it's very hard. Many people today are feeling burnt out. Actually, 50% of people across industries are experiencing burnout. That's incredible. And 80% of doctors' visits are for stress-related problems and symptoms. So it's really important that we constantly look within and understand what are we at a point where we need to make a change. So when we think about that work and our career, whether we have a business and we want to bring it to another level, we're finding maybe it's languishing a bit, stagnant a bit. We want to figure out how to kind of bring it to a broader audience or a different audience, that type of thing. So this is a great time to do that, this springtime. And as the summer comes, it's like we're in full energy mode. And then as the fall comes, we start to slow down a bit. But I find really there's three main times in the year where we really think about renewal and change. Well, it's, of course, January, when we've got all of our goals and objectives. And then in this springtime, as the energy of the season is helping us, and also back to school time. It's something kind of programmed in us to rethink things, to restart things. So this is one of the 3 times a year that I really like to for myself to think about what it is that I want to create and how do I want to bring it out into the world. And most of my programs are actually launched at those 3 times of the year. So kind of interesting. But so for you is to think about, there's really 2 main things to think about how to get to a place where you can really leverage this energy of the spring. Well, first of it is awareness. There's inner awareness and then there's outer awareness. So we talked a little bit last time about listening, the deep listening within. So when we look within, we start to understand what is our heart saying to us? What do we really want to do? And so often we push that down because we have thoughts and feelings that this isn't possible, I have to make money, I can't make money doing something else, it's too hard to go from there, I'm too old, I'm too thin, I'm too fat, I'm too whatever, I'm not enough to go from where I am now in what's serving me, but not necessarily serving me at my highest potential, to getting to that. It's kind of like the as is versus the to be. So the to be you can start to imagine in your life and start to feel it and sense it. Just like right now, I can look around me and see what's to be in this forest. It's not quite happened yet. The buds are not quite out. The things are not quite springing from the earth yet, but I know what's to come. I can feel it. I can sense it. And I think probably all of you out there have that same thing for your next stage in your work, in your career, in your path and calling. And so what often comes up when we start to imagine the to be, we think about where we are right now, and we see that the gap between as is and to be is too big. What comes up, what creeps up, is what I call the 4 horsemen of the self-apocalypse. That's fear, doubt, confusion, and illusion. And really, those things are the ones that stop us from moving from where we are to where we want to be. And I'm a little bit low on battery, so hopefully I'll do this faster today. So that idea of being able to tame those horsemen, the main way to do that is what I call self-mastery. So it's mastering the leader within and being able to harness that. So it's around mastering our mindset, mastering our the way we work in the world, having certain practices that help us to really perform at the highest level, to have a vision, to get that clarity, to have the confidence to move forward in our lives. And so that really comes from a sense of first awareness and understanding what it is that we really want to achieve and be in the world. And then the second part is then the ability to be able to do that and understand it and master the elements within that are stopping us. I see often I train people on business skills and leadership skills, strategy, vision, but what stops them is that internal mental mindset. So that's really critical. But the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is that some people don't even get into that level of the inner work, but some people get stuck there. They get really almost, you've heard the term before, kind of navel gazing, over analyzing, over assessing. And so they're so busy listening within that they can't see without or outside of themselves. And that's just as important, to understand who you are and what your greatest gifts are and how that meets the needs of society. I call that the ThriveZone, that place where your greatest joy, your greatest gifts and talents meets what's really needed in your community around you and society at large. That ThriveZone is what allows us to really feel in flow, in passion, in our work, in a sense of purpose and meaning, feeling very authentic to who we are. But the second part of it really is about being able to look outside and understand who is it that we really serve and how do we serve and what are their needs right now. I had a little struggle the last couple of weeks where I was going out with this program and I did kind of the basic 101 mistake. I was really thinking so internally about what I was creating, forgetting about really what is it that my audience, what is it that my community really needs, and how can I tailor, not put everything together and serve everyone, but to tailor depending on what the needs of the different people are. Because some people I work with are just starting out trying to figure out what they want. Other people want to start a business or conscious community. Other people have already got that and want to get to the next level. And others are in organizations that want their teams to perform at a higher level. But when I was trying to put everything together and come out with a program that would suit me, I wasn't really listening to the needs of the community and the different factions within my community. So that idea of the Thrive Zone is really where those two meet, where your passion, where your greatest experience, talents, gifts, expertise, personal life lessons meet with the needs of your community and society at large. And so that just gives you a little bit of an idea of how to kind of start to use the energy of the spring in first going within, understanding what it is that your heart's calling you to, what you're best suited for, and then helping to identify what are some of the roadblocks, some of the wounds, some of the patterns that stop you from moving forward, and using some mindfulness, conscious practices, yoga, connecting with nature, journaling, all those things to help you to overcome that, and then to look outside of yourself and to really understand what are the needs that what you have to offer best serve in the community. And that again is what is that Thrive Zone, is when we step into our Thrive Zone, we thrive, our community thrives, and everyone else around us. So thank you very much for listening. I wanted to let you know that I have actually, if you want to learn a little bit more about this, I have a webinar coming up on Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, and that's 10 o'clock Pacific Time. I have some folks out there, and I'm also doing a live event here in Montreal on Sunday, May 7th. And so those of you who are in the Montreal area want to come out and want to talk a little bit about your Thrive Zone and how to get into it. Again, whether you're just starting out and trying to figure out what you want to do with your work, or if you already are doing some great things in the world and want to get it to the next level, it's really always re-looking at where you are in terms of your Thrive Zone. And I'm also coming up with an online program. So this is something new for me. I'm starting at the middle of May 18th, online on Thursdays at 1:30. And what we're going to be doing is really digging even deeper into the Thrive Zone. And what I'm offering, because it's the first time I'm offering this program and I'm offering it online, that I'm giving an amazing special for those of you who want to participate in this beta group, assuming you'll be able to provide a little bit of feedback for me. So if you want to get on the ground level of a new program, you want to help out, and you want to gain something for yourself and get a great discount, check out. I'll be putting all those links below. And in the meantime, I wanted to just thank you so much for checking in. And thanks, Doris, for checking in as you're coming home from Toronto for the long Easter weekend. I hope you all had a great weekend. And as you spring forward into your life, just remember that energy. Remember you're riding it like a wave. Ride it right into your Thrive Zone. Thanks so much for listening. Have a wonderful week. Namaste.